If you were to stop me on the street and ask me, Lucas, do you like chorus? The answer would usually be a resounding no. But this thing is changing my perception. Absolutely divine. Yes, indeed. On today's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday, we are going to talk about this thing right here. The Goddess Chorus, made by my friend Trevor May from Mayfly Audio, here in our nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. This thing sounds warm, it sounds delicious, it sounds absolutely gorgeous. Complete contrast to all the chorus pedals that I ever owned in my life. I have to tell you guys, I grew up in an era where chorus was regarded as completely uncool. When I was a teenager in the 2000s, no one wanted to touch chorus. And I think it's because we all had a tainted perception of chorus. We all had these digital chorus pedals, which just sounded god-awful. You know, they just sounded so sterile. Ugh. It makes my skin crawl when I think about how bad those pedals sounded and how much I hated chorus because of that. Now, in recent years, chorus has become in vogue again. It's become very popular. And it's left me kind of wondering, like, maybe I should be looking at chorus pedals again. And ever since I borrowed this thing from my friend Trevor, it's got a big old piece of Velcro on it. Guess why? Because I have not been able to take it off my board, no less turn it off, because it is the bomb when it comes to chorus. Why is it the bomb? Now, one, it's a double-sided chorus pedal. So you have your on-off switch, and you have this switch over here to toggle between the A and the B side of the pedal. The A side, which I like to set up for a slow chorus effect, the B side, which I like to set up for a faster chorus effect. So here's our A controls, very simple, you know, speed and intensity. And then you've got the same thing over here. This knob in the middle is the ticket, though, for me. This is a blend control right here. And what this control does is it makes your sound go from the dry signal, almost with imperceptible chorus, and then you turn it up, you hear more and more of the effect. You get to about noon on this control, and that's your typical chorus sound for those who like chorus. And then you go past that all the way up to the point where your dry signal is virtually out of the signal path, and then you get more of a vibrato sound. Really wild effect. So it is extremely versatile. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this control to, you know, a fairly low setting. So below noon, which is where I like it. And we're going to toggle between a slow sound and a fast sound. Now, I'm going to do this, though, with a Fender Strat Plus from 1994. a guitar that lots of people would regard as kind of outdated, cheesy, sterile sounding because of its gold lace sensor pickups. But even that guitar can sound heavenly through this thing with my favorite settings. So let's check that out right now. Now we're going to go for something with just a little bit more intensity on a different guitar. Let's talk about some other features that make this pedal special. For one, the filtering. It uses some amazing filtering that really helps the tone of the pedal shine through. And Trevor fine-tuned that. And he's a connoisseur of this kind of stuff, so he knows what he's doing. Not only that, but it also features old school analog chips, which he tried digital chips, they just didn't work. And the analog chips have a beautiful warmth to them. And I'm not going to explain it in any more detail because I am not a very technically minded person when it comes to this kind of stuff. There's more info in the description box below. The other thing that is very special is it also has a stereo output. So you can have your chorus in stereo or mono, depending on what you want. What we're going to do now is we're going to start to crank this pedal to the extreme. In fact, we're going to go right to the extreme. And we are going to hear just a kind of, I would call it almost like video game type sounds. I tried to go something that almost sounded like a modern Mario Brothers game with this control right here, this blend control turned all the way up. So we're going to hear pretty goofy sounds with no dry signal, just to show you how crazy this thing can actually get. So there it is, the Goddess Chorus made by my friend Trevor May from Mayfly Audio here in Ottawa, Ontario. Because of the fact that you can go from very slow, kind of univibe type sounds all the way up to those intense ring modulator sounds, and because of the fact that you can cycle between slow and fast sounds, almost like a Leslie simulator or a true Leslie, this thing is very nice. Like, it reminds me of my Leslie Sim pedal, but just with more subtlety when you want it. Or it can be completely wild, and that's not really my cup of tea, but hey, at least we demoed it to show you that the option is there. If you want to get really weird, you can. But if you want to be subtle and pretty, then this thing sounds so good that you just don't want to turn it off, in my opinion. So that's my perception of this beautiful Goddess Chorus pedal. Please let me know what you thought of this pedal in the comment section down below. I will link to Trevor's website. I will link to other stores where you can pick this thing up. Trevor is branching out. You can find these pedals all around Ontario now, and I'm sure into the States in no time. So, Trevor, great job. Everybody, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we will see you again next Tuesday.